Well, there's music all around us, and a new film wants us to explore all the intricate sounds that life throws at us. So our movie guy, Paul McGuire Grimes, got to talk to the creator and star of this new kind of movie. It's called Muska.
Rudy, are you even listening to me?
It's so much. This movie is so cinematic, and like it's paired with very specific musical cues and the editing for like to get that tempo down. Do you write all of that into the script?
So much of it was on the page. I mean, when you're reading this thing, I tried my best to articulate some of musical ideas that were in my head, especially for a non-musical reader. It had to translate to somebody who didn't understand rhythm and timing. So when you're reading, the sound design is written out and interwoven in the dialogues. I tried my best to lay it out almost exactly the way it was editorially on the page.
For as long as I can remember, everyday regular sounds, I turn into rhythm.
Well, I'm curious, when you were kind of developing this, was it kind of a no-brainer to make it autobiographical, and was being vulnerable on screen about your life cathartic in any way?
Absolutely. It's always been a fantasy of mine to recreate some of the experiences that I've actually had. From a fairly young age, I realized that I saw and perceived the world in my own way, and it took a while for me to embrace my differences. So I figured, for my first film, my first feature, what a better way to debut than by reimagining my own story, which is a story only I could tell.
Oh, just give me a second. I'm sorry. Let me just talk.
Rudy, I have to go.
Come on.
All right, PMG, that looks incredible and super unique. Did you like it? What did you think of it, and where can we watch it?
So it's now streaming on Prime, so you can watch it at home or on your phone, maybe on a plane watching it. It's such an original take on maybe a movie, on a movie musical. Yeah, like the way he hears sounds in life. It's a condition called synesthesia, where he may hear knives on a board or fish being flung, and it's amplified. It sounds like musical notes and rhythm and melody. Wow. And the film, the way that it's edited, you hear and you feel that musicality to it. So you're in his life, and it's so original. I do think the movie involves like a love triangle. I think that kind of hampers it a bit. Okay. But it's really fascinating to hear a story, because he says it's based on a true story, unfortunately. And his mom in real life plays his mom in the movie, and she's such a sincere too. And he's a great guy, and I think it's a really fun movie if you like music, and it kind of just makes you think about what's going on all around us, and how do you maybe slow down and pay attention to what's around us too.
Okay, so I'm getting some weird vibes. Like, you like it, but it's okay. So how many?
3 out of 5 ticket subs for music now on Prime. Yeah.
All right.
Watching that.
You know, I want to check that out because it just seems so unique.
It is
so
really
unusual.
unique. It's clever.
Okay, the next one is Ripley. Yes. How can we watch this one?
8 episodes now streaming on Netflix. You can watch it at home, on your computer, whatever. It stars Andrew Scott as this con man in New York called Tom Ripley, and he is tasked to go to Italy to track down a man named Dickie Greenleaf and bring him back to the United States. But when he's in Italy, it becomes this story of lies and murder and betrayal. So you may remember the movie The Talented Mr. Ripley with Matt Damon and Jude Law. It's based on the same books that movie is based on.
Okay.
So it's that story, but spun out a much wider. Patricia Highsmith was that author. This is a stunning series. It's all in black and white. It's gorgeous. It has kind of that film noir, old Hollywood kind of Hitchcock feel. Nice. And Andrew Scott is so captivating to watch. And it takes its time. I mean, you're literally like kind of watching him plot out his next move and what he's going to do. And such a visual storytelling. If you love Italy, you'll fall right back.
Okay, you've just like amplified your energy. I'm going to guess 4.5.
So 4 out of 5, yeah. 8 episodes.
Not 4.5. I said
Now on Netflix, yeah.
4.
It's really good.
And where do we watch that one?
Netflix.
Oh, it is. I'm looking for a new series.
Yes.
I'm so
there you
excited.
go. It's Ripley.
Yeah.
All right, how about the Jordan Peele movie?
Yeah, so he produced it, but it's from Dev Patel, the really great actor Dev Patel. He wrote, directed, stars in it, and he plays this kind of broke street fighter that takes a new job as a dishwasher and ends up meeting the man that killed his mom. So he goes and sets out on this mission to avenge his mother's death. So it's this high action film. It takes place in India. So much of the movie is his Indian culture and heritage brought into this, what we think of kind of an action revenge story, but it looks different, it feels different, and Dev Patel is such a great actor, and to see what his character, the journey that he goes on, it's ferocious, it's violent, but it's really well done, and Yeah, it's long, but it's sharp.
Looks really intense.
It is very intense. Not scary. I know you mentioned Jordan Peele earlier.
Yeah.
It's not a scary movie. It's just from
Okay.
his production company.
All right.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
That's definitely right up my alley.
Yeah.
So
3.5 out of 5 ticket stubs.
3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, you could probably take your middle son, like if he's fine for that type of high action, it's a great movie.
These are all great suggestions. Thank you
Thank you.
so much. You guys, for updates and reviews of movies and streaming services, visit Paul's website. It's paulstriptothemovies.com. All right, Twin Cities Live Movie Trip is presented by Muska Lighting. Visit Muska Lighting's 2 Twin Cities locations to get 10% off Quezell Lighting on in-store purchases now through May 11th.
Thanks to Muska Lighting for sponsoring TCL's movie trip. Our mudroom fixture from Muska Lighting is a total showstopper. We get compliments from everyone who walks through the door. Talk to the experts at Muska Lighting in Roseville and Eden Prairie for help finding the perfect light for you.